Perfect.
Fine people, welcome to IDW Dudes. In this journal entry, I'm going to talk to you about business credit and credit cards. Let's get right to it. First and foremost, let me preface this by saying if you're serious about building your business credit and applying for credit cards, you need to do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just offering my opinion on what I do with my business and my personal credit. My view on business credit and credit cards in general is it's a great way to leverage your assets in lieu of putting up your own cash. A lot of investors have this phrase, it's called other people's money. And that's pretty much what credit is. You're using other people's money instead of your own. For example, if you have a $10,000 line of business credit and you also have $10,000 in the bank, what's your best move to make? Are you going to use your own money or are you going to use that business credit? I mean, me personally, I'm going to use that business credit because even in times like this right now where inflation is running crazy, and cash really isn't really worth what it's normally worth, you still want to have cash on hand. You don't want to blow your money. So if you have credit that you're able to use, go ahead and take advantage of that. I mean, there are a lot of advantages to using credit over cash. Now, one of those advantages is credit is not income. I mean that to say that you're not taxed on credit. In fact, in most cases, when you use credit, you can write that off. You can write the interest from that credit off. You don't get any real tax benefits from using cash. In fact, you're taxed on that cash that you use to make that purchase. You have to definitely take that in consideration. I mean, I know a lot of us grew up in an era where, it's not advised to lease or use credit. It's always advised to buy or own. And that's all well and good, but you don't want to take that as concrete for everything. You don't want to just generalize everything and think that, okay, I need to just go ahead and pay this off. That might not be the best strategy. You need to come up with a strategy that suits you and your needs. Another thing about using cash versus credit is cash really doesn't do anything for your credit score. So if you're trying to build business credit or even your personal credit, using cash isn't going to do anything for you. That's why you should use credit cards versus using debit cards. Of course, you want to stay disciplined. You don't want to be spending out of your means. If you have the money on hand, there's nothing wrong with using a credit card. Just make sure you pay the credit card off. Don't just go splurging on things that you know you can't afford. That way, you'll be able to build your credit for your business and your personal. Now that we're talking about business credit, now, when you first start applying for lines of credit with your business, it's going to be based off your personal score. But don't worry, over time, your business will build its own credit score as you build your track record. But initially, yes, your business will be based off of your personal score. So if you don't have a good score, don't worry. Eventually, if you do the right things with your business, in a lot of cases, a lot of people I know have a lot better business credit than they do personal credit. And having this business credit opens a lot of doors for you. Like, you'll have a lot easier time accessing capital. Institutions will start to look at you more favorably because you'll have that track record of doing good business. They'll be able to see your expenses and your income. And through that, they'll be able to make a determination on how much you can afford for your business. This will make it so much easier for you to expand your business when it comes time to. Now, obviously, the best way to build your business credit is through credit cards. So now that we're talking about credit cards, let's first establish what is a credit card, because there's a difference. There's this misconception that they're all the same. They're really not. There are such things as charge cards and there's such thing as credit cards. Now, charge cards, you have to pay the balance off monthly. That means whatever you spend within that monthly cycle or however that card is set up, you'll have to pay that off each and every cycle. That's a charge card. Now, a credit card, that allows you to make payments on the balance. Now, of course, you'll be paying interest on that balance, but that allows you to not have to pay off everything all at once versus a charge card. So now that we got that out the way, they both come with their own advantages. Like I said, with the credit card, you're able to pay it off over time versus paying them all off at one shot. With the charge cards usually come with higher limits. Like, for instance, Amex. Most Amex cards are charge cards where you have to pay them off each month. Now, as long as you are responsible, they won't really limit you. They'll go off your income. They know how much you can afford based off of when you apply. So they'll give you a lot of leeway. Credit cards, not so much. They limit you on how much you spend until they see that you're responsible with your card, and then they'll incrementally start raising your limit. A good reason to use credit cards on top of it being able to build your credit score for your business is the fact that you're able to track your purchases. All my purchases with my business are done through my credit cards. I have 2 businesses, so I have 2 different credit cards, and I make sure that for whatever business transaction, if I'm using it for real estate, I have my real estate credit card. If I'm making purchases for my vending machines, I have a credit card specifically for my vending machines. So it's a lot easier for me. I don't pay cash for anything. Everything goes on my credit card. So come tax time, all I have to do is pull up my statements, and all my purchases for each of my businesses is there. Also, I have 2 Amex business cards because I have a Platinum Amex personal card. Now, I chose Amex because I used to work with some old master sergeants who used to rave about the Platinum Amex, about all the rewards and all the things that he was able to get, all the perks and stuff. I typically stayed away from Amex because I knew that they came with this high annual fee, and you had to pay the balance off each month. After talking to him, he told me, well, you're a service member, they waived that annual fee. And once he said that, I was like, okay, that might be a game changer. I mean, I still wasn't sold on paying off the balance each month, but when he told me about the perks, it kind of made sense. And I know I'm responsible with money. I don't spend more than what I make. I make sure I pay my card off every month, so that's really no big deal. Now the rewards are crazy. With the Platinum Amex, you get things like bonus points. I get free upgrades on flights and hotels. With just having the card, you're like a gold Marriott and Hilton rewards member. You get points on rental cars. I'm a Emerald National Rental member. I'm Gold Hertz. I mean, just from having the card. And like I said, you get those free upgrades. I've gone to hotels and just got a standard room. When I go there, I present my card, I have a suite. I have access to the lounges at airports. So when me and my wife travel, we go to the lounges and we eat for free, we drink for free. We have a place to sleep. You really can't beat it. And even if I wasn't a service member and they waived that fee, that card would be well worth it because I end up saving so much money over the course of a year. But like I said, you gotta do your own research. Based off my circumstances, it was a good decision for me. That might not be the same for you. As far as business, both of my business cards are Amex cards as well, generally because I can manage everything in one app. It just makes sense. It makes it a lot easier for me to navigate. Like I said, choose what's best for you, but Amex is it. I like Amex. You might have questions about which card would be best for you, especially for your business. Now, as far as I can tell, the best cards that I've seen are obviously the Amex. I have 2 blue Amex cards and I have the Amex Platinum. They also have a number of other options as well. But on top of Amex, Chase has a good rewards program for their business cards. I believe theirs are the Ink brand. There's different levels. Obviously, they have the Platinum, the Sapphire, and things like that. It's all going to be based off your income and obviously your credit score. Those are generally the best business cards that I've seen from doing my research. That's pretty much it for this general entry. I appreciate you watching. I hope that you found value in this content. If you did, I appreciate it if you like, share, or subscribe. Share it with somebody that might also find value in it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next journal entry. Deuces.
Perfect.